optimist.
Well, you can't...
Pessimistic, but not terminally so.
No, you can never lose hope when you've got the most expensively assembled team in Super League history. You've got to... There's always going to be that hope that because the players can do it. It's just...
Right.
Will they?
Yeah, well, we'll find out as the weeks go on and the months go on in 2022. But thanks for giving us your insight on Warrington's season so far. I'm sorry that it wasn't a more joyful chance to discuss it with you, because we planned this before we knew how shit you were going to be. But there you go. We're now going to move on to talk about other results from around the world of Rugby League.
Yep, so it was the 1895 Cup semi-finals this weekend too, and the first score was Barrow 6, Featherstone 46.
Noxie Wire got in touch and said, decent performance by Barrow. I thought that Barrow played well against a massively well-organised full-time squad. A few silly tries were let in, but Barrow can hold their heads high. And EFC78J said Barrow were a good team in the Challenge Cup tie against Huddersfield Giants, but at the same time Featherstone Rovers gone there so they can defend the 1895 Cup after they won it at Wembley last season. But now they've won this game and they got 46 points on the board away from home, so they can retain their cup at Spurs in the final versus Leigh.
Did it? Well done. Impressive. And then the other result was Leigh 30, Sheffield 12.
And EFC78JU said Leigh were the decent side out there as they were owning the 2019 winners Sheffield Eagles. Not sure why they decided to add extra time onto the game after the final try for Leigh, who look a good team when they are in competitions like this, but bad in Super League. No wonder why they got relegated, but now they are off to Spurs. All the best in the final. Centurions. Yeah, I didn't watch these games in full. I started watching the Featherstone game when that was on Sunday, and they scored a really easy try through Morgan Smith from one of your kids. Really easy try from him, and I just thought, it's going to be like that. And although for about 20 minutes or so Barrow kept the score close, Featherstone scored a lot of quite easy tries then thereafter. The Leigh Sheffield game, Sheffield were actually ahead at half time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Leigh were booed off at half time or they were booing that Sheffield kicked a penalty just before half time. I'm not sure, but that was ominous. And until about the hour mark, and then Leigh, all of Leigh's sort of NRL rejects kicked into gear and started scoring some points, and Leigh won what looked like comfortably, but for an hour it wasn't comfortable. Yeah,
and they are the two best teams in that division, aren't they, contesting that final? So,
exactly, it's the one that people would have. It's the one game that neutrals will be interested to watch. I think it's the curtain raiser. There was a couple of championship bits of news. Widnes have announced the signing of Callum Field on a season-long loan from Featherstone. The Vikings will have the forward for the remainder of 2022 with no callback option for Rovers, and Rovers have confirmed the signing of Cass winger Sasaya Feki on an initial 2-week loan period. The Tigers have a recall option in place following the fortnight period, after which time the loan will be continued week by week. So Sasaya Feki might actually play some rugby league. That's remarkable. I didn't know that was possible. What about League One?
Okay, yeah. So the results were Rochdale 44, Midlands 24. Did Fui Moi was he on the bench for Rochdale?
He's still at Rochdale, yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know. He's not quite Tom Brady age, but he's in his 40s. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Midway between me and you, I think, maybe 42 or something.
Right. Well, good luck to him. West Wales 4, Keighley 46. Doncaster 0, North Wales 46.
That's quite a headline result, I think. It didn't look like Doncaster were a weakened side when I looked at in the paper. So for North Wales to go there and absolutely spank them, that's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done. Hunslet 52, Cornwall 16. So I think Cornwall were competitive for some part of this game, weren't they? And
yeah, it got pulled from our league sensibly because they had the other games on at the same time. But they do seem to consistently compete, but not over 80 minutes, don't they?
Yes, yeah. I think it was relatively close until they pulled away at the end, and then Swinton 58, London Scholars 14. Some big scores.
Yeah, which is what we're seeing this year, isn't it? With the bottom three still haven't picked up a win. So North Wales are 7 from 7 and Keighley are 6 from 6. So they're both 100%. Rochdale also have 12 points level with Keighley. Swinton and Doncaster both have 8 points and Hunslet are 6th with 7 points. Oldham have 5 points. Midlands have 4 points. Then Cornwall, London and West Wales are all still waiting to get off the mark. But Cornwall do play West Wales this weekend, so there is a chance there for one of them to win.
Yeah.
Some League One news. Cornwall have signed West Wales Raiders back row Will Odgers, who's 19, is a Wales youth international and has previously been with the Huddersfield Giants Academy. Keighley have signed experienced halfback Dane Chisholm on a permanent deal from Championship side Featherstone. I think this signing makes Keighley the Featherstone of the League One.
Yeah.
To be honest, he should be. I'm disappointed that London weren't able to keep him some way, because I think that would have helped them this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. So he's joined the Cougars on a deal to the end of 2023 following leaving Featherstone, and also Jay Hitchcock has gone out to Rochdale on an initial 2-week loan from Leigh, so he's not getting any game time, and I think with Blake Ferguson in the country, probably getting less game time. Yeah. So there you go. What's next?
So we got the Wheelchair Super League. The result was London Roosters 46, Leeds 58. It's a pretty tight game.
Yeah, definitely. The Roosters being competitive there. And BBC Sport have announced that they will again show the final of the Wheelchair Challenge Cup. It's going to be at Hull's Alum Arena on Saturday the 25th of June. French side Catalan Dragons are entering the competition as well for the first time this year, which I have some reservations about, in that this is going to help France in the World Cup.
Yeah. Do they not have their own sort of league at France? Because they're quite well developed, aren't they? The French wheelchair rugby's.
I don't know how many teams and what sort of league they have, but they certainly. A bulk of the French team does come from the Catalan Dragon side, and they are a very good side.
Yeah.
So I just think they all are very good, but I don't know if they just play between 2 or 3 sort of sides close together. I really don't know the setup, other than that they're very good. But giving him this competitive opportunity to come and play against we've got, say, 3 good sides really. The London Roosters are 4. Sorry, the London Roosters are a good side. Wigan now with the Leyland side, basically, they're a good side. They've shown that this year, drawing with Leeds. Leeds are exceptional still. I saw the Leeds wheelchair side actually. When I was walking to go into Ellen Road, I saw a few of them. I recognised 2 of them.
Yeah.
So Nathan Collins and Tom Halliday I recognised. The others, I didn't know if they were in the team or just hanging on.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And then we've got Halifax, who are top of the league. So they're a great side too. So our talents maybe spread around a bit more, I don't know, but we'll see. But
then does it gives all those guys a chance to play against the French more regularly, and then sort of gets them more battle hardened, and so it could work out to our advantage.
Yeah, we'll see.
So then in the NRL round 9, it was the Rabbitohs 12, the Broncos 32, Raiders 14, Bulldogs 4. Panthers 20, Eels 22.
Yeah, I'm surprised David Hunter hasn't got in touch on this one, but Alan Walker has. He said, I saw one game this weekend, and what a game. The Wild Wild West, the best game I've seen in ages. Intense, like Apache City's intense. Both teams turned it up to 11 and gave it 110%. The big hits were heard in the ground, and you could even feel them through the internet. The L's often flatter like flat track bullies, but versus the Panthers, they always show up. The Panthers always show up and hit everyone hard. Watch it on NRL website. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's a derby, that, isn't it?
Ring an endorsement.
I think David Hunter will probably be able to confirm it. It's like West Sydney, isn't it? Eels and then Penrith's like the Blue Mountains. It's like sort of west.
They are both west of Sydney, but I think the Eels see their rivals more as
Tigers.
in a city.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they see their main rivals as Manly, I think, because they both came into the league at the same time.
Right.
I don't really understand. They're all from the same fucking city.
Yeah.
Penrith at least is a bit detached.
Yeah. Then it was the Sea Eagles 36, West Tigers 22. I think Gildart might have scored.
He did. He scored his first NRL try. Well done, Ollie.
Roosters 44, Titans 16. Cowboys 36, Knights 16. I think Dom Young also scored, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be at the World Cup one way or another. I don't know if England will pick him, but they need to be looking at him. He's scored, 5 tries, I think, this season. He's not played every week. He had an injury, didn't he, for a few weeks? But if he don't play for England, he'll be playing for Jamaica, I guess.
Yeah, I think he has committed to Jamaica.
Has he?
I believe he has, and it'd be good if he saw that through, because I like their story. So there's plenty of time for him to represent England.
True.
In the future, but it'd be good if he picked up a Jamaican shirt this time. And then Cowboys 30. Oh, no, I've done that one. Storm 42, Dragons 6. They're just absolutely steamrolling teams at the minute. And Sharks 29, Warriors 10.
Yeah, and the Storm steamrolling teams take over at the top on points difference, with the Panthers losing for the first time this year. Both have 16 points. The Cowboys, the Sharks and the Eels have 12 points, and the Roosters, the Seagulls and the Broncos on 10 points complete the top 8. The Rabbitohs, Warriors and Dragons have 8 points, Raiders have 6 points, and then a 4-way tie at the bottom. West Tigers, Titans, Bulldogs and Knights, they're all on 4 points in the bottom 4. So yeah, that's all the results covered.
Brilliant.
Good stuff. Right, we're going to make our guesses for round 12 of Super League next. Predictions time then, Leigh. Round 12 of Super League starts on Thursday night, 8 p.m, and at least both teams are in the same boat after celebrating a semi-final win on a short turnaround. It's Huddersfield hosting Wigan. We know the squads for this. We know both sides are missing some players. For Huddersfield, Chris Hill, Chris McQueen, Jerry McGilvery and Sebastian Ikehifo were lost. That's 2 frontline props, really, isn't it? And Josh Jones is suspended. And then for Wigan, Jay Field and Liam Marshall are out, so that's 2/3 of the pace. John Bateman and Morgan Smithies are also out, and Liam Byrne, the most improved player in Super League this year, I say. They're rested up. They've played a lot of minutes amongst that group, and then Liam Marshall and Jay Field haven't been fully at it recently in terms of fitness wise, so that explains those decisions. But I don't think it's mind games by either side. I think it's being sensible with the squad after short turnaround and then thinking ahead to the Challenge Cup final. I think it makes it hard to pick, though.
It definitely makes it hard to pick. Do you want me to go first?
I'll give you the honour. I'll give you the honour on these games. Yeah.
I've gone for Huddersfield by 4, and I've done that because I think that in these situations, whoever wins the league game doesn't win the final, and that I feel like that happens quite a bit. And I think Wigan are going to win the final. And so that means that Huddersfield are going to win this week.
Well, Wigan are going to play Bevan French at full-back, so we'll see how he's still not fully there, is he? He isn't outrunning people as much as he used to, so we'll see there. And they'll be scratching together. Certainly the outside backs will be not the best we can pick, but the forwards should be interesting, with Huddersfield leaning towards resting players there. I think for both sides it'll give players a chance to stake their claims, won't it, going forward as well? And I do trust that Matty Peake can motivate players to think that they've got a chance of getting into that game. Yeah. Even if it's senior players like Willie Eister or young players like James McDonald and Sam Halsall. Halsall. Okay. So I'm going to... basically, that's a long way of just saying I'm going to go for my team to win. I'm going to go Wigan by 6, but I really don't know. Friday, 8 p.m. on Sky, it's St Helens versus Hull FC. I understand you'll be at this one.
I am. My youngest is flag bearing with his Newton Storm teammates. It's again, Hull have had arrests. St Helens have been battered and bruised. They're going to be without Lomax. and I'm tempted to go for Hull, but I just feel like they're going to come back with a strong response to losing this weekend just gone. So I'm going to go for Saints by 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go Saints as well. I'll go Saints by 10. I still think that the standard, without Johnny Lomax, there might be an issue there creativity wise, but I do think they're all going to be wanting to bounce back, and I think they'll have a fired up forward pack as long as players like Siranen and Leigh and players like that don't go shithouse and lose their heads trying